Welcome to lesson 2.2b, where we talk about the harder type of factoring. So just a reminder, in the last lesson, we did this easy type of factoring, but we really stressed that this shortcut for factoring only works if there's only a secret 1 in front of the x, or no number written in front of the x, or in front of the n. That shortcut only works then. Today we're going to talk about what happens when we have a number in front of the x squared that doesn't go away with GCF. So let's talk about this one. First step is still always check for GCF. That should always be your first step. So I look at these three. Is there anything that all three of those have in common that I can take out? Nope. Then I can move on to my next step. Step 2 is kind of similar to step 2 last time, where we're going to list the factors out of a number. But it's not just the constant term. This time we list the factors of the leading coefficient times the constant. So now I'm going to take the leading coefficient, which is the number in front of your x squared. So I'm going to take that leading coefficient and I'm going to multiply it by my constant, and that is what I'm going to list my factors of. So with these kinds of lists, it can get kind of long. So let's start with this one. We want to list the factors of negative 36. So I've got 1 and negative 36, which is also a negative 1 and positive 36. I've got 2 and negative 18, which is a negative 2 and a positive 18. I've got 3 and negative 12, which is a negative 3 and a positive 12. I've got 4 and negative 9, which is a negative 4 and a positive 9. And I've got 6 and negative 6. So that's step 2. I listed all my factors. Step 3 is the same as step 3 from the other shortcut. Find the pair of numbers that add to your middle coefficient. So my middle coefficient is a positive 5. So I want to find what adds to a positive 5. Well, that would be this one. My positive 9 minus 4 gets me to a positive 5. Now, last time we would then just do this and be done. That does not work when the number is not a secret 1. When we have an extra number there in front of the x squared, that shortcut does not work. There is a different shortcut you can do, however, and this is it. So, step 4. Separate your first term into 2 and divide by your number pair. So here's what that means. I'm going to take my 6x squared and I'm going to put it into 2 6x's. So that's what it means to divide your first term into 2 things. Not the number, just the letters. Then, next part of that step, I'm going to divide by my pair of numbers. So here's my negative 4. Here's my positive 9. So I'm dividing by my pair of numbers. Step 5 is check for GCFs again. But this time it's a little different. So what I mean by check for GCFs this time is I'm going to check out my first, I guess you could call it a fraction-ish thing right here. And I'm going to look at this and ask, is there anything that they have in common that I can take out? Well, they both have a 2 in common. So I'm going to take out a 2 from both of them. So when I take a 2 out of the top, and remember when I say take out, that really means, here, let me rewrite it. Whenever I say take something out, I really mean divide. So I'm going to divide both of these by 2. So when I do 6x divided by 2, I'm left with a 3x. And when I do negative 4 divided by 2, I'm left with a negative 2. Now, notice this. I have the same thing on top and bottom. I have those 2's on top and bottom. So since I have a 2 on top and a 2 on bottom, I can cancel them out, and I'm left with a 3x over a negative 2. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. So check for GCFs. Is there anything that the top and bottom have in common? Well, yeah, they have a 3 in common. So I'm going to take out or divide each of them by 3. So I got 6x divided by 3 leaves me with a 2x, which I'm going to do in yellow. And a 9 divided by 3 leaves me with a 3. And then once again, I have a 3 on top and a 3 on bottom, so they can cancel out, and I'm left with 2x over 3. Oops. Just trying to color code things over here. There we go. So that's step 5. Check for GCFs on top and bottom, take them out, and then cancel them. And then finally, step 6 is write your answer. So at this point, our answer is 3x minus 2 for the first parentheses, and then the second one is 2x plus 3. Just like that. And just like with the first ones, if you want to go through, you can double check by multiplying these. So I'm going to distribute and distribute. So I have 3x times 2x plus 3x times 3 plus negative 2 times 2x plus negative 2 times 3. So I simplify these, I get 6x squared plus 9x minus 4x minus 6. Combine my like terms, 6x squared plus 5x minus 6. And ta-da! What I have there is what I started with there. So there's my check step. When I multiply these, I get that. So in the next video, we'll try a couple more examples just to cement this, make sure we have that process down.